247. We cover the coverage globally from Africa to Asia, America, the Middle East, and Europe. Trend with WinTV and go viral on the internet any day, anywhere, anytime on any of the mobile devices, Blackberries, Androids, iPhones, iPads, and of course your PC. Contact us via wintv.media@gmail.com or call these numbers 0803-581-2081 or 0705-534-3121. WinTV 247, covering the coverage.
Okay, taking one step forward on this unique episode of social media roadmap in Nigeria and beyond, we were looking at the application of YouTube in the broadcast media. So you just enumerated how the programs department comes in the ranks of the process of how to YouTube. What is the next step after the programs department?
Yes, once the programs department assures you of enough content, okay, then you are good to go online by moving on to the next step, which is having your own brand channel set up.
Brand channel set up.
Yes, it's not creating a regular account that is everywhere. You need to engage the service of a professional specialist that will help you set up a YouTube brand channel. The brand channel will give you an identity online in such a way that when somebody stumbles into your channel, I mean you don't need to tell that person that this is our channel, because it will be branded exclusively with your organization properties like your logo, your font, your color, and the likes. So once that is done, then the next thing is to begin to upload your content. So when your content is uploaded, you have to move to the next level. The next level is you need to understand that Google or YouTube does not read or understand your video. That's where another level of expert will come in that will do what we call search engine optimization. Okay. They are the one that will now take over the video that has been uploaded. They will optimize it. Optimizing it could be a very big grammar. Let us break it down. Optimizing it means giving it appropriate description, tagging it. You don't have to write big stories or a long story about a particular video. Don't forget that the habit of whoever is searching, when people search on Google, they don't search with long letters or long words, titles, keyword. That's what we call keyword. So you need to, the expert understand the appropriate keyword that will be used to describe a particular video in such a way that when somebody who does not know your brand channel goes to Google ordinarily and types something that has to do with your video, the search engine automatically locates your video wherever it is.
Okay.
Okay.
You want to give us a case study?
Yes. For example, if you have a production about job opportunity, you are describing a particular vacancies in a video format. When you upload it and a lot of people they search for job online, your video will never come up if during the tagging, if during the search engine optimization, the appropriate keyword is missing. Okay. You don't put the word like employment opportunity or job or vacancy, keywords that can identify or link. So in other words, it's like giving somebody a name, So it's only when we call your name that you can respond. You can respond that, oh, I am the one that is being, addressed. So the search engine optimization is very, very important. So that professional will go through every video. That process will go. The professional, that process, must be followed. If you are uploading 20 videos every day, the professional will handle those videos in a professional way, describing them. Okay, it does not end there. So he also monitors people's reactions about every video. Maybe there is a particular comment or your video is causing a lot of commotion or trouble, you need to know. You need to be on the red alert. If your video is doing very well, you need to know the particular video that is giving you much views. So that's where monitoring and engagement comes in. So in other words, having a YouTube channel with your content is not the ultimate, but there's another full-time job professionals that will be on your channel 24/7.
So let's move one step forward. You move from explaining what the programs department does to the SEO part of it. Let's come to the next phase. The news and current affairs department.
Yes.
Which one comes, news and current affairs, or is it the marketing department? Who comes first, or is it the engineering department? Let's go from that sequence.
You see, from the various departments that we've highlighted before, the programs department are the ones in charge of existing content.
Okay.
You know, most of the time, the news department, they wipe off most of their news. They hardly have, archive
news.
But the programs department, they do. So that's why you can get much more content, because the whole game is about content first. Okay. So, but when you have legacy content online or new content online, then the news department can now come on board. Once you have a takeoff content, the news department can now begin to upload their own content there and be referring people or their viewers, to that channel, on a daily basis. Okay, that's one. Two, you also require you require that your viewers out there need to be tuned to a particular culture. Culture. What I mean by culture is that your visitors must know that every month or every week or every day, and even the time in the day, you also need to let them know that every day before 8 a.m. or before 8 p.m. you should be expecting new videos. So you don't just upload anytime, because whoever is visiting your channel is visiting, with a mindset. It's just like a regular television program. When you air a program, you tell the viewers that meet me or join me so time, same time. You also need to create that mentality, so that we let the visitor see you as a serious organization. So in other words, it requires another set of professionals that will be on your channel 24/7. Okay, so that's the reason why when you want to go online, it is not advisable to bring in your own existing staff to come and manage the online community, because your existing staff, they already have their daily responsibilities. Okay,
so you're looking at an outsourced job.
Yes, adding this additional responsibility, they are going to create additional problem, because they will not even do it professionally, because they are not trained, they are not tuned in that line. And even if they have a fair knowledge to start it will get to a point they will stop it, or the whole thing will be abandoned.
What in a scenario whereby an organization wants training for those set of people, dedicated staff for that particular job, can they be trained to master and sustain?
Yes. You see, everybody will be trained so as to understand, to have a clear overview. Having a clear overview of a particular project, especially the online project, is quite different from when you are engaging in it, as your primary assignment.
Yeah.
Yes, we call it primary assignment. So you need to have people that will take that as their primary assignment. And that's why in other part of the world, outsourcing is the in thing. They know that because of the emergence of technology, you cannot be doing everything, because you can never be master of everything. So you outsource some areas that you feel, can be distracting.
Okay, I know your area of core competence.
Yes, so outsourcing is very important. You can also partner with a third party or with a consultant who can handle that, and when you pay them, you get better results.
No, but sir, before you move away from the third party issue, in this part of the world where we have less number of people with this core competence,
yes,
how do we handle it? Are you saying we should import expatriates to come and do this job for us?
The industry will regulate itself. The need, we put the management of any organization on the next line of action. If you like, train your in-house people. If you like, ask for new staff, and that's what we are saying, on this program. Apart from the fact that we train. We are very much interested in training. We have our various training modules. Another thing is that this is a huge employment opportunity for fresh graduates who is looking for a job while you are in school. Why not pick up a training, in this area, so that if, for instance, you are a mass comm student and you walk up to a television station, or you walk up to the programs department or to the news department, you don't just get there and tell them that I have BSc in mass comm, but you tell them that I am an editor, I can edit, I'm a social media specialist, I can do this. Once you begin to say some other things that maybe the person you are talking to does not even have a very deep knowledge, he begins to see you as an important material for his organization, Okay. So, but if you don't acquire this relevant skill, you are going to come out into the saturated market.
So, for progress' sake, we've heard about the programs department. Let's look at the news and current affairs, which we still have the presenters among them now as the front end people. When and how do they come into this process of owning a YouTube channel that is sustainable?
Yes, there's another level of training for the on-air personalities. For instance, from the programs department too, because the programs produced is driven by somebody, a presenter. For every program, there is a presenter. So there is a training for the presenter or any on-air personality. Okay, once you are going on air and you now know that you have additional responsibility by educating the masses out there that look, there is another mileage or there is another platform owned by us and these are the benefits, and they must say it right. They must use the relevant grammar, relevant terminologies. They should know when to say it, so it is upon the completion of the duties of the programs department that the on-air personalities training will now come about. So take a look at it that we are picking it in phases. You don't bring the on-air personalities into training or bring them into the game, or the marketing department into the game, when it is not their own turn. Okay, so because the whole of this thing is about views. So if you do it appropriately, you will win a lot of visitors or viewers. So the more views you have, the more money we're going to come to. What determines how much you get. Online project is a serious matter, serious business, right. And it's the online business is not for somebody who is under immunity. What I mean by immunity is that somebody that cannot be sacked. Your behavior, the way you treat your online personalities will reflect, it will result into the way they look at your organization. So, and somebody that will manage your online affairs must be somebody who will take it as his own primary business, and that's why it is best to partner. So you don't give your online portal or channel to somebody who will not be serious, because the whole world is watching, and you must do things in line with the global standard. Okay,
all right. This discussion is going to continue on our Twitter, Facebook, and G+ pages. Just take your time to post your comments, and in case you want to make any inquiry from our expert in the house today, it is microreslimited.blogspot.com that you need to visit, and you get adequate information about the organization, what they've been doing, and their success story. We're still looking at the application of social media in the business world, and this time around we're looking at YouTube with a focus with the broadcast industry. We'll be right back after this time out.
WinTV 247. We cover the coverage globally from Africa to Asia, America, the Middle East, and Europe. WinTV 247, covering the coverage.
Alright, so welcome back. Want to believe you were able to click any of those links there, the Twitter, Facebook, G+ account. Just make sure you follow us. This discussion continues. Social media application in the business world, and we're looking at YouTube in the broadcasting industry. So, Haven't had what you've given us so far. Let's look at the last two parts. According to what you told us, let's look at the engineering. Where do they come in owning a sustainable YouTube account before we go into the marketing department, so that we can talk about monetization processes and return on investment?
Yeah, thank you so much. Before the engineering department, or even before the news department, there is a small department always attached to the programs department, and these are the editors. Okay. The editors are very, very important, because for everything that goes online, the editors must be trained on how to integrate some specific things, some unique things on the video while producing.
You want to mention a few?
For example, when to scroll, when to integrate a particular message in the video during production. They are the ones that violate, most of the time they are the ones that violate most of these terms and conditions by saying, oh, I love this production, I want to use a soundtrack. So they don't even know whether the soundtrack belongs to another organization or another person. So they are also very, very important, because they are the ones that come up with the finished products of the content. So the editing department is very, very important. They must be adequately, carried along and be trained. Okay, so let's look at the engineering department. You see, the whole game is between the laptop and the internet connection. And today we're happy now that people, they are now beginning to aware that the laptop is a tool for everybody. Your computer set is a tool for everybody. Most of the things we are seeing revolve around skill and your laptop, and you can see that I don't see what is very, very relevant or important in the engineering department, because we are not talking about how to repair a breakdown equipment here. Okay. We are not talking about how to go on the road and market our programs here. So the marketing and the engineering department has maybe less than 10% role, because once your online channel is doing very well, it will automatically attract, advertisers. Will come to that, how the search engine brings you adverts automatically, but the bulk of the game, lies between the programs, the on-air personality, which includes the presenters, and the news and current affairs department. And once that is done consistently, not just do it at will, you will see your revenue profile, growing. So there is also this tool called analytics. We are, on YouTube. If you look very well on your YouTube channel, you also see this tool, analytics. It analyzes the performance of every content.
Okay.
Whether there is a particular video that people want, you go to that video. Why is it that this video is doing very well? Maybe you have to produce something that is similar, so that people can get addicted. So the analytics, you also need to master it. So this time around, that's where the marketing department can easily come up and say, okay, just to take a look at which like a monitoring person, because the online channel, you don't have to go and market it to anybody. So there's nothing analog here. You don't need to even write proposal to anybody. It's something that is almost 80% automated. The revenue is automated. The content depends on you. It's whatever you do. You get whatever you put there.
Okay.
So if your video is of high quality, you get the result. If your audio is terrible, you get the result. So whatever you put up, we enable people to stay there and to call others.
Okay. Most of what you've just said in the last 2 minutes revolves around monetization processes and revenue.
Yes.
How does one make revenue from owning a YouTube channel?
Yes. This game, if we don't want to deceive ourselves, is a venture that must be profitable, and it is very, very wrong as an experienced person to discuss revenue first. We are much more comfortable discussing what you will go through before you get to that revenue part. It's like saying, I want to become one of the richest person on earth, but the key or the most important aspect of it is that are you willing to go through what that person has gone through? So if you hear that a lot of people are successful, online, you should be interested in how, they go through their success track or success whatever. So that's why we are much more concerned on the how to. So once you're able to meet with the how to, the revenue is automated. I've said it before.
Okay, maybe the question needs a rephrase here. Okay. Can you enumerate some of the benefits of owning a YouTube channel at the end of the day?
Yes. You see, having a YouTube channel, it means you are becoming global. Is that okay? It means you are accessible 24/7. It means you are also highly competitive. It means you are up to date. If you are not considering these factors, forget about revenue, forget about remaining in the industry. Okay, it's only when you are highly competitive, when you are up to date, when you are interactive, when you are technology driven, that's when you can begin to think about revenue. Okay, so once you have good content, good promotional strategy, a lot of visitors, then you are now comfortable to look at, why am I not making money? Where should I what else can I do? Okay, so like I said, the revenue aspect of it, if you look at, if your channel is produced in line with Google standard, you are able to meet up with all the terms and conditions of producing a good content, you can sign up partnership. That's when you can sign up partnership with Google. The adverts are already there with Google. You begin to see adverts placed against your content. Right. That's why when you play some video, you see some adverts pops up. You see some adverts, some seconds, some can even be as long as even 5 minutes ads. Yeah. So we need to talk about how much is those adverts, so that you can look at that, look at your own focus, so that you don't begin to produce content with a very low content that will attract a very low rate advert.
Okay, we would not like to discuss
halfway.
That's halfway, yeah. So we'll leave that for another episode entirely. But on a final note, why don't you give us some call to action to broadcasting organizations around the world in order to embrace YouTube with few words? And you see, also the training opportunities that are abound from your organization.
Yes, of course. The training opportunity is because we are eager to assist the media organization. That's why we carve out this training opportunity, so that we don't hide or hoard information. For interested organization, we are open to that. We also offer support service, and mentoring. You can get in touch with us. You can call us. We will surely attend to you. But you see, I don't think you need to advise anybody who is operating in a market that is open. It is competition that will call them to action. Right. Because if you are trying to call somebody who is comfortable doing the old thing in the old way, you are just wasting your time. You can even be perceived or be seen as somebody who is just disturbing them. But competition will show them the way. Right. As I speak with you now, you can imagine that even a primary school student can have a website or a blog spot, but you still have some big organization, multinationals with over 500 staff, they don't have a corporate website.
You're right.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
What is the reason? It is the how to. You must be trained, and they are now crying. They are crying, they are saying, our marketing department is not making money, what is happening? Once you think you've arrived, you are not ready to upgrade yourself, then you are going to become a serious problem to the organization. Then the next thing is that your competitor, the competition in the industry, will show you the way out. It's not. I won't be the one to tell you what to do, but by virtue of what is going on around you, as I speak with you now, some television stations, they tell you that log on to our YouTube channel, they join us on our Facebook, and when you get there, you come across real live and interactive activities.
All right, sir.
While some will tell you that come to our Facebook page, come to our YouTube channel, and when you get there, they are not even existing.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I think the industry is regulating, itself.
Okay.
So obviously we know that some people will forever remain the way they are. You can't do anything about it. But majority Some will join at the middle of the game. Some will join when it is very late for them to join. Okay, but the people that suffers most are the lower cadet. I want the youth out there to take advantage of this massive job and skill gap opportunity. Get yourself equipped so that the job will be looking for you. You don't look for the job, and before that, you are already self-employed. Thank you.
All right. I want to thank you very much for the thoroughbred insight you've given to social media, a focus with YouTube and broadcasting media. Our viewers, like we said earlier, it is all about the interaction on WinTV 247. We want to get your comments on our G Plus page, our Facebook. Follow us on our Twitter as well, so that we can have this discussion ongoing. Once again, the veteran in the house is Adeleke Rufai. He is the managing director of MicroRest Nigeria Limited, and they've been actually championing the cause for social media integration into so many platforms. And he just gave a case study of YouTube in the broadcast media. I want to thank you very much. I'll see you at the next one.
WinTV 247. We cover the coverage globally from Africa to Asia, America, the Middle East, and Europe. Trend with WinTV and go viral on the internet any day, anywhere, anytime on any of the mobile devices, Blackberries, Androids, iPhones, iPads, and of course your PC. Contact us via wintv.media@gmail.com or call these numbers 0803-581-2081 or 0705-534-3121. WinTV 247, covering the coverage.